He was one of history's most renowned conquerors. But how much do you really know about him? Let's find out. Alexander the Great was born in the year 356 BCE in the Macedonian city of Pella. His father, King Philip II, had built a strong, unified kingdom in the region of Macedon in northern Greece. Although historians debate whether he was truly Macedonian or Greek, what is not disputed is that Philip employed Greek mercenaries and was influenced by Greek culture. Philip also hired the famed Greek philosopher Aristotle to tutor his son Alexander. Thus, Alexander was well versed in Greek ideals of strength, courage, and virtue. When Alexander was 20, his father was assassinated in 336 BCE. There, he decisively defeated Darius for a third time at the Battle of Gaugamela. With the Persian Empire crumbling before him, Darius fled to Susa for safety. But Alexander pursued him there. And in the end, Darius agreed to a peace deal that gave Alexander all of Mesopotamia. Despite his young age, he quickly proved himself to be a capable leader, quelling a revolt in Thebes and dealing with threats along the northern border of his kingdom. As the next in line, Alexander took the throne. There he reorganized his army and prepared for the final push eastward. In 327 BCE, he crossed into Central Asia and began his campaign against the nomadic tribes there. A year later, he pushed into India. As he and his army moved through different regions, he spread Greek language and ideas, a process historians call Hellenization. Alexander founded many cities, many of which were named Alexandria. Most famously, there was Alexandria in Egypt, which became one of the largest and most influential cities in the ancient world. The Egyptians proclaimed him pharaoh, and this added another layer to his legacy as a ruler. And in 326 BCE, he fought the last major battle of his life at the Hydaspes River against King Porus. Despite winning the battle, Alexander's troops were exhausted and unwilling to go farther. After suffering heavy losses at the hands of local Indian kings, Alexander finally agreed to turn back and head west. In 334 BCE, Alexander led his army across the Hellespont into Anatolia, then part of the Persian Empire. How exactly he died has been the subject of much speculation. One theory is that he was assassinated, perhaps by his wife, Roxana, who may have feared for her position in the empire. However, most historians agree that he probably died from illness. Some believe it was malaria, while others think it was typhoid fever. Whatever the cause, his death at the age of 32 left his vast empire without a clear heir. This led to a power struggle among his generals, known as the Diadochi, which eventually resulted in the empire being divided among them. Now here's a recap of some of the key moments in his short but eventful life. 333 BCE, Alexander and his army faced the Persians again at the Battle of Issus. In 332 BCE, Alexander conquered Egypt, where he was welcomed as a liberator from Persian rule. By 331 BCE, Alexander had pushed east as far as Mesopotamia. Now having secured the eastern parts of his empire, Alexander turned his attention back to Greece. Though he never made it back to Greece alive, Alexander did manage to get as far as the Arabian Peninsula before his death in 323 BCE in the city of Babylon. Although Alexander's empire was short-lived, its impact was not. Alexander the Great died centuries ago, yet his accomplishments continue to inspire awe today, being the subject of countless movies, TV shows, and literature. If you like these facts, make sure to check out our other videos. Like, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more.